Hey, this is Joe Newman at Life Launch Centers. I got Bryan here with me. He's had a kid go through the program. Bryan, how did you know when it was time to get some help for your kid?
Well, with our kid, he was in with a lot of things. He had self-mutilation,
Yeah.
cutting himself and things. And then it dawned on me, I was like, he's crying for help.
Yeah.
And so I told him just to relax and go to his room. Don't worry about it. I'm sorry I yelled at you. But kind of shared some stories with him, some experiences in my life. And that's when it came out that he wanted to commit suicide. Life Launch was recommended, and it's something that I wanted to do anyway because I was familiar with you guys.
Yeah.
But this program, these tools are what made all the difference with it, because it isn't just the child, it isn't just the kid.
Yeah.
It's the parents. It's how to work with the program. It's how to utilize the tools and go through each step and figure out where they're at, where their problems are, what you can do to help your child without driving things in the wrong direction, without making things worse. And that's probably the hardest part, is letting go and working in the system and trusting somebody to help you with that.
How long ago was it, and how have things been?
Oh, that was 2018. The youngest, who was having this problem, is now 16. He drives, he works, he's got motivation, goals.
The other big thing is cost. A lot of parents are worried about costs of what it would take to put a kid through the program. How did that work out for you guys?
Well, it's kind of brutal to say, but it's a lot cheaper than a funeral, by far.
And honestly, that's kind of where we're at with a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot cheaper than a funeral, but at the same time, the grief, the counseling you're going to need after the loss of a child that died before you, you can't measure it any other way. I mean, insurance covers a lot of what we had, and whatever we didn't have, we still paid out of pocket because it's worth it to us.
The program's kind of a big time commitment. A lot of families are reluctant to give that much time to a program. It's an 8-week program, 4 days a week, essentially. What do you think to parents who are feeling like, man, that's just too much time to commit to getting some help?
Compared to 4 years of misery, that's 8 weeks is nothing. I mean, it's worth it. It's so worth the time, because you're going to have a more well-balanced child. You're going to have a child that has more tools to work with in order to better themselves. Overall, a lot of times kids are fighting out because of lack of time with family. So more time with family in this office can't hurt anything. It's only going to make things better.
So what would you say to parents who are, thinking like, maybe this is just a phase, we'll just wait a little while?
The longer you wait, the harder it's going to be. Well, my testimony alone is, we always want to fix the problem of this. The problem is the child, or the problem is this or that, but what are we doing as parents? What are we not doing as parents? And that is the big focus that you need to put on taking a look at the big picture, not just pointing the finger at one person, because when one finger is pointing at you, there's always 3 pointing back.
I like that. Yeah, it's a full family approach. We work with the whole system to try to help address any issues there and improve communication and overcome any challenges. So appreciate everything you've done, Bryan, for taking care of your family and for coming out and telling us a little bit about your experience with Life Launch Centers.
Absolutely.